this is Country Music News International. We've just been struggling to get in contact with Connor way over there. I guess you're at home, right? Henderson, Nashville, Tennessee, where something?
Yes, sir. I'm actually down in Chattanooga, Tennessee right now.
Right.
But yes, sir.
So here's another nice link up between the USA, and I'd love to be able to say here we are in sunny Germany, but we're not, because it's miserable and grey and dark and very cold. So actually, what is the weather like in Tennessee at the moment?
It's not bad. It's probably low 50s, a little bit of overcast and blue skies over there, but not bad where I'm sitting. So
okay. Now I'm supposed to be coming to Nashville at the end of February.
Gotcha.
What kind of weather can I expect? Do I need to bring my woolly underwear or what?
Well, I don't know what you're used to in Germany compared to here, but it probably won't be near as bad. I mean, January and February is probably when we get our little bit of snow, where we get the half inch of snow with a quarter inch of ice and school's out for a week. But it's going to be cold, but I feel like it's nothing you're not used to.
Probably not, no, but I better pack a couple of warm items of clothing.
Yeah, bring your woolly underwear. Yeah.
There you go. And my woolly bed socks. That's the one. That's what I need.
There you go.
So are you actually at college at the moment? Because you're
yes,
still
sir,
at
yeah.
college. Yeah, at University of Tennessee Chattanooga.
Yes, sir. Yep,
Yeah.
just finished my fall semester. I've got one more semester here coming up in the spring, and then we're done.
Okay. So, and if everything goes well, what will you get? Are you doing a bachelor or?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Bachelor degree in marketing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I'm in the fortunate position of being on the other end of all this stuff. At least one of my regular jobs is I teach English as a foreign language.
Wow.
To college students kind of down the road from where I live, but all our courses at the moment are online. So
really?
we do all the classes over Zoom, which is like really weird.
That's tough. Yeah, especially I'm sure for a foreign language. I can't.
So the first thing that kind of struck me was, looking at your name, I'm thinking, okay, Connor McCutcheon, that's either Scottish or Irish.
Scottish, sir.
It is Scottish. That was my first choice. I'm pleased to hear it.
There you go. Yep.
Have you actually ever been to Scotland?
No, but it's definitely on the bucket list. I'd love to go. That would be a cool trip.
You've got to go. It is a great place to visit.
I was about to say, have you been over there?
Oh yeah, a number of times. I'm from London, from southern England. I live in Germany because I came over way back when to play in a country band, touring all the American military bases. And,
wow. Okay.
So
what were they called, or what were y'all called?
Well, now here's a story, because the guy who I finished with, he's from Tennessee. He was in the army, right? In fact, all the guys were in the army except for me. And Rick is from a little town just north of Chattanooga called Soddy Daisy.
Yeah, I know a lot of people from Soddy Daisy that go here.
I know nobody from Soddy Daisy except for Rick. He lives in Kansas these days. And I mean, it looks like a real kind of one-horse town. But anyway, so Rick is from Soddy Daisy in Tennessee, and he called the band Lookout Mountain.
That's pretty cool.
Which is the kind, a kind of sightseeing spot in Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was the name of the band. Lookout Mountain.
That's pretty cool.
And Rick, to this day, is an absolute Tennessee Vols fan. Okay, that's not your football team, right? Chattanooga's got
got the Mocs.
That's right.
Yep.
But he supports the Vols. So everything he's got, and I mean everything, is orange. Including this hat. Which I stole from him when I last visited him in 2018.
You had to have a little Tennessee orange, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, a little
Just pulled my
bit.
headphones out and stick them back in. Yeah, so that's my link to to Tennessee.
There you
As I
go.
say, we're coming over in the end of February.
What for? Just visiting or just?
Well, it is the week where they have this CRS, this the radio. I'm not sure what it stands for. Is it Country Radio Seminar or something like that?
Sounds familiar. Yep.
And I think that's about 3 or 4 days.
Cool.
We come over. What I say, we, the guy who runs Country Music News International, Christian, he doesn't live too far from me, actually. We're near Frankfurt in Germany, which is kind of slap bang in the middle of Germany.
Okay.
I live very close to Frankfurt International Airport. Christian's a little bit further north. And the two of us, and maybe one other guy, I'm not too sure, we're coming over for a week. And we get over there, I guess, about 3 days before the CRS starts. Okay. And the whole idea is to sort of try and grab as many people as we can get hold of and make some live interviews. Because at the moment, all we're doing is, the Zoom video interviews.
Yeah, man. Are you going to be staying in Nashville or? We
are. In fact, 2 days ago, I got an email confirming the where we're staying, which is called Black Swan Sobro Guest House.
Sounds fancy.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure whether it is or not, but it seems fairly central. On the map, you can see that it's kind of just around the corner from the Johnny Cash Museum and Cafe.
Yeah,
I can go and get my breakfast around there, I guess. And then just up the road is the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum. And then just a couple more blocks further north, it's the Ryman Auditorium.
So downtown. Yeah.
That's where we are.
You'll get to walk up and down Broadway.
Yeah, that's one of my plans. As long as I'm not spending all my time interviewing people, I'm going to be doing a lot of walking around. Yeah. So if you're around at that time, please come and say hello.
Oh, I will. Yeah. That'd be great.
I'm just really looking forward to, physically meeting people instead of, using the internet. I mean, I think this is great. Really, I do. But it doesn't take the place of, meeting people for real.
Right. I agree.
So I've been listening a few times to this single, I Want You.
Yeah.
Which is a nice kind of mixture of, I would say, for me, an old guy, modern country, but with its roots in what I consider to be, traditional country.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to define what traditional country is, but in the days when I was playing an awful lot of it, this is the 80s and the 90s, and for me the 90s was a kind of classic period for country music, and then I kind of lost contact with it a bit, and but it seems to be coming back to what it was a little bit. And so you've got a lot of new artists now who are putting out some really good songs. Yeah. And I love the sound of the voices, and it's nice to hear some of the instrumentation again, where you've got, like traditional instruments in there with pedal steels and banjos and whatever.
Yep. We had to, when we were making I Want You, Julian Raymond, my producer, he had the idea of putting banjo in there. And at first, I grew up, or I would say grow up, but last couple of years, I wanted to be in the pop industry, really. So I never would have imagined when he said, let's throw a banjo and some steel guitar in there. I was like, really? Okay, let's try it. And then now I fell in love with it. Those sounds they're awesome.
They do work, don't they? I mean, they do. I mean, I agree with you. Banjo, you think, where am I going to put a banjo in this song? But, it's like, hey, try it out. You never know. Yeah. I also watched the little video of you in the studio, and that's always interesting to me. How was that for you? Was that the first time that you've been in a kind of major studio?
Yep. Yes, sir. That was May 24th. I'll never forget it. That was
Okay.
just woke up. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a morning person, but when they said get in the studio at 8, I was up at 6, ready to
Right.
roll. So I was that we got there and hung out. It was like the day went by in the blink of an eye because everybody worked so well together. And I would try to explain something that I would hear or envision. And I'm not an incredible musician. So that's why I just tried to explain it to them. They'd be like, okay, we'll try this. And then I'd be like, that's exactly what I wanted.
Mhm.
Wow. And it's just, and everybody hung out, drank a little bit, had lunch, like just a great atmosphere, way more than I expected. So it was cool.
It looked kind of relaxed, and it certainly looked like you were having fun.
Oh, I'll have a blast. I'm looking forward to the day I can get back in there.
Yeah. So where did that song sort of come from? Is that just from you, or did you write that with somebody else, or?
Yeah, it's strange coming up on a year ago. I think it's tomorrow or the next day that I actually wrote the song. It was during finals week last year. And I was
Okay.
just sitting in my apartment in between exams and I was playing the piano a little bit and just came up with that little melody. And I was like, "Ooh, that could be pretty catchy." And then just the original version, if you were to hear the original version of that song, it's like a Justin Bieber wannabe pop song. And then now you look at it, and I like the new version personally way better. But I just made it in I call it a studio in my apartment, but it's really just little sound squares on the wall with a MacBook. Um, and just record a little demo there. And that's the first song that Julian, my producer, heard and was like, "Hey, man, let's get together and have lunch." And then everything that's come to this day happened from that. So,
Mm. So you've got this single done, "I Want You,"
yes, sir.
which has got like and the one thing I really, really like in that is, when the kick drum comes in and
On
you've
the
got
heartbeat.
that beat, and it's an absolute heartbeat.
Mhm.
And it really drives it along. I like that a lot. That
Thank
really
you.
kind of, my ears liked it a lot too.
Awesome. Well, that's
But
good to hear.
what's going to come up next? I mean, do you have are you looking to put that into an album or an EP or?
Yeah. So in the short term future, we actually just got everything ready. The next release is going to be a song called Sober,
Okay.
January 14th. So we just confirmed that. We took I Want You, which is super happy, summer fun, heartbeat, rhythm of the heart over here. And then we're taking Sober, which is kind of it's a more edgy vibe, more, you know, yeah, I'd say edgy is the best way to put it.
Okay.
A little more, like, to it. So I'm excited for that to come out. It'll be kind of the different ends of the spectrum musically. It's still upbeat. It's still it's more of a powerful song, I'd say. So
And
that's coming out January 14th. Um, and
so
I
that's
think we
all recorded and all mixed.
yeah, we've got,
That's done.
right now we've got 5 master mixes that
Ah,
are
okay.
locked in, loaded, and ready to launch whenever we can. So hopefully we can get these next singles lined up, and hopefully by mid spring or early summer we'll have an album.
So have you got any plans to, do a kind of launch party or get up there on stage and do a kind of presentation show or?
Yeah, so we were just talking with venues. Actually, funny you asked yesterday. Looking to set up a spot to just that night that the song releases, go up there and do a very similar thing we did with I Want You, because we had an I Want You release party and video shoot down here in Chattanooga, and it was such a fun night. Awesome turnout. A bunch of my friends, a lot of people I didn't know showed up too. They did some radio promotion here and packed the place, and we got some great footage. So we're planning to do that hopefully again for Sober in January.
Okay, Connor, I think I better bring this to a close. I was
Cool.
supposed to keep these interviews down to about 10 minutes, which is just impossible.
Well, I think we
So
overdid
I'm
that
going to
a little
have
bit.
to do some serious editing on this, but it's been great to talk to you.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
As I
Yeah,
say,
man.
for me, it's always a pleasure, whether I'm talking to, a more established artist like Rodney Crowell this evening,
Yeah.
or someone like yourself.
Mhm.
For me, it's the same thing. You don't sort of you don't kind of pick and choose between, oh no, I'm only going to speak to established artists. You know, it's got to be, we're all in the same kind of, I don't know what, it's not really a family, but
essentially it's
in a way it is, you know. And
man, well, I'd seriously appreciate you having me on and let me be a part of this. It's really cool. So
thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it a lot too.
Yeah. Do you mind before we get off here, so that I can shout y'all out on Instagram, if I take a little screenshot of my Mac?
Go for it.
All right. I think I got the right thing. Shift Command 3. Cool. Got it, man. Well, that's awesome. Well, Nigel, thank you, man. It's very nice meeting you.
You too, man.
I look forward to maybe being able to link up in February, man.
Yeah. And if you can't make that, don't forget, go to Scotland.
Oh, I'll be there, and then I'm coming by. What is it? What was it? Germany you're from? What's it called? The place you're from or not from, but are living in Germany? Because I'm visiting.
I live near Frankfurt, and
Frankfurt. That's it. All right, I'm going to Scotland.
I'm almost next door to Frankfurt International Airport, which is probably the second most important international airport in Europe, along with London Heathrow.
Got it. Well, that'll be my trip. I'll go over there and then I'll make my way down to see you. So,
okay. We'll go out for a nice cool beer.
Sounds good, man. Well, it was a pleasure, Nigel.
You too, man.
See you,
okay.
Man.
I'll close it out and say farewell.
Farewell.
Take care. Bye.
Well, we'll see you.